you had a lot of good music, I thought, but it's yeah, I wasn't trying to get signed. I wasn't trying to make a career out of it or anything like that.
What is your career?
All right, so one of the reasons I left the band was because, well, I can't remember why I left.
I've been oogling some electric drum kits, that are being advertised and stuff. Thinking want to grab a kit, just so in case there's that itch that we want to write something remotely.
What's next and what's new? It sounds like you're gonna possibly pick up drums, and then I am still writing. I stopped writing for a long time, but now that I am not working 9 to 5, I'm retired. I have a lot more time to think, and so writing music has become more of a hobby. So yeah, if you can pick up drums, that will help a lot.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, drums are super obnoxious.
Well, electronic drums aren't necessarily as obnoxious.
So no,
it just sounds like you're beating on pillows,
Okay. So I see where you're going with that. And the technology is such.
Right.
That it's okay.
Right.
Like a favorite verse or a life lesson or something that... my favorite verse, I had a chalkboard at work and I wrote up Galatians 6:9. Don't grow weary of doing good.
Oh.
For in due time, in due season, you will reap the fruit.
Favorite verse or life lesson? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, and your strength.
And love your neighbor.
And love your neighbor as yourself. One of the things that I have learned over the years, that I've grown into, is loving the Lord with my mind. I think a lot of Christians avoid that part of their spirituality.
Yeah.
Growing themselves intellectually. Studying a lot of apologetics and reasons why we believe what we believe.
Well, and that's why I would write songs that would have apologetics in them and have scripture in them, because music is powerful and frankly easier to sing than to just try to memorize.
Right.
So I guess that comes back to, are there any particular songs? I know you were talking about mixing down the bottom the other day.
Yeah, I mean the one that you just made the video for, the bottom. What did I call it? Job's Lament?
Yeah.
Whatever, but...
I was thinking about calling it 1923, like the TV show.
Right.
Because it's Job 1923 through 27.
Yeah, we had that song for 24 years, and it just sat there, and then we played it at some shows. I think it was pre Freak Show, because I think we were doing the bottom.
It's one of the
earlier songs,
for sure.
But it wasn't one that was like picked out to record.
Right.
And it was put in the list for us to lay it down on Freak Show. And you listen to these songs over and over and over again, and I think you just get so used to hearing them, it just becomes blasé, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But working on the mix, and then your vision for changing some of the style and adding these effects and doing some arrangement changing and stuff, so it's hard to do after it's already been recorded.
Yeah.
There came a point where it's almost like we hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
With the sound on that song and the words, because you were like showing like little snippets of what you were wanting to do as a video. The words finally hit me.
Yeah.
I know my Redeemer lives. There was a moment I just almost wanted to tear up.
Yeah. Well, and thinking
It's like-
about the scripture and Job and his whole story, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely has a more powerful message than you think it does when you're just so used to hearing it so much.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's the difference between, I think, we touched on it a little bit about the difference between secular and Christian music, where they're just talking about love, and
Right.
there's so many love songs out there and there's not much substance to it. Whereas I try to put scripture in there, so
Well-
it's kind of like, you know.
One of the things that I remember early on, it might have been sometime after Black Fades. I remember somebody saying something about your writing ability, and they say, "Joe, you're really, really good at writing lyrics." And he goes, "I don't write lyrics. I just plagiarize the Bible." You know.
I know. A lot of them are psalms, and I was like, I didn't write this. David wrote this. You know, it's already a song. I just
Right.
put music to it again.
Right. Nice. Well, I guess you're traveling the country with your van life. Was that what you call it, van life, or?
Yeah. We're van lifers. It
You-
sounds like we're in jail or something.
Yeah. So you're planning on visiting as many band members as you can.
Yeah. So thanks for doing this. You're my guinea pig.
Yeah.
First one,
I'm a big guinea pig.
which is appropriate because we go way back, all the way back to the very beginning. Anyway, the end of an era came where we finally were like, okay, yeah, we need to move on. 'Cause
I'll tell you myself. I was sad.
yeah,
There was some pain, like a divorce,
for sure.
that happened at the point.
Well-
and it's weird because I don't think we were musicians that broke up. Like you see a lot of bands break up because it was like, you know, I don't like you, man, or we're tired of each other. I mean, I had a young son that was born, and I had needs to be at home to be a dad.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, you know, I needed more weekends to be a family man.
Yeah.
There was a calling there. That was something important to me.
So we had the original recordings all
Yes.
the way back from
Moonsong Studios.
1998,
Yeah.
and then again in probably 2000,
In that time frame.
because that's when it all.
My son was born 2001, so it had to be around 2000. Yeah. Yep.
And so our first album was recorded and mixed and done completely in Moonsong Studios,
Right.
Black Fades.
Yes.
And then Freak Show, so this is Black Fades, and then Freak Show, wherever it went, we recorded in the studio, and then he just handed us the ADATs, right?
Right. Right. And it was an unfinished project for 30 years or whatever it was, or 20-something
Well,
years.
we did a rough mix, and so we had
Yeah.
a rough mix.
That was just so we could listen to it in the car, basically. It wasn't anything that we could do anything with it. But I don't know how the conversation came about, but there was a company I knew you could send these tapes into, and they would professionally and carefully put them into a digital format.
So 24 years later.
Yeah. 24 years later, got a company to digitize them for us, and doing some work on the computer at home.
And did you have all of the equipment to do that?
I had some monitors and stuff that were in the closet not being used.
Yeah.
The equipment, I'm just using the free DAW, you know.
Did you have a computer already and you just got a bigger monitor? Or you just
No. That monitor is my game. That's my gaming computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You gaming is
That's my gaming
hobby.
computer. But no, I'm talking about the studio monitor, the speakers, the Yamahas. You know, I added
Oh,
those.
gotcha.
Those were in storage. I pulled them out and
Monitor versus monitor. I got you. Speaker versus TV screen.
right. You know, because I got an ultra wide
Computer, right?
screen. You know, I got an ultra wide monitor.
I have to give a shout out to my ex-wife. Thank you for taking me to all those band practices and out of the way. You know, you're a really big part of my life at that point, but thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you, Rena. Yeah. And the rest of the band appreciate you too for doing that.
Totally.
My wife is very patient as far as that goes. She seems to be very patient. I think she's just happy that I'm doing something. I don't know.
You had a lot of good music, I thought, but it's yeah. I wasn't trying to get signed. I wasn't trying to make a career out of it or anything like that. All right, so one of the reasons I left the band was because, well, I don't remember why I left the band.
Well, Jason talks about this too, where his wife, they were having a baby,
Yeah.
and his wife was pressuring him as to quitting the band and giving them the family more time.
Started that job in Universal. I think it was just too much. And then right after that, I joined the Army. It was right after 9/11.
Right after.
Right after 9/11.
2002. Gotcha.
So, yeah, that's when everybody was joining, and it was like they rose the enlistment age to really high, so more people can join because they knew we'd be going to war and stuff like that. Because I remember Nina gave me a canteen.
A canteen.
And it was actually from an Army surplus thing. It's like, okay, cool, I got it. And I think I still have it somewhere. And it's like, but it was the ones that you'd actually have down there. That was cool, 2002 March 19th, the day I left for
March 19th.
yeah, that's the day before that. But that's the official day that I left for the Army.
So we started out with me and Jason and Travis, and then Travis left, and so you were brought in to replace Travis and play the bass,
Yeah.
but you ended up picking up all the other instruments. I was trying to figure out at what point we brought Brian in, and then the next one would have been Amber Meast, right?
No, you had
Anna Lee
Anna
was
Lee.
our early singer.
yeah.
And you two must have been together because you're on that album.
Yeah.
I was debating whether or not.
No, I remember Anna Lee. She was 6'3", right?
Oh, you were before. She was 6'7". Or,
Was she 6'7", really?
She might have been 6'4", but
You
she
wrote
was,
the graphic. You wrote.
I know, like how tall she was.
Yeah, it's what was
I
that?
think I just wrote that her legs alone were 3 or 4 feet
4
tall.
feet. Yeah, 4 feet tall for the legs. Anyways,
She was a basketball player and definitely taller than me, and I'm 6'2", so.
After that, I think we had Lauren.
Because we asked
Was
Lauren
she?
to come back and sing with us, and she was like under contract and she couldn't come sing with us.
Really? She was that good?
Yeah, she was in some contemporary Christian band, and they're like, sorry, I'm under contract. It's illegal.
I didn't know she was that good. Wow, okay.
Well, there was a song, Epiphany, that she actually helped write the melody for it, and
Amber did.
that was all Lauren.
Oh, Lauren did. Oh, okay.
She helped write the melody.
Okay.
So me and Aaron wrote the words, and then whatever you guys did, I mostly Brian's guitar, and then you guys worked out whatever you all did, worked out the rest of the music.
Huh. Because we had Amber for a long time.
We
Oh,
did, yeah.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she's not on the second album.
Yeah.
So she moved on by the time. And that album, I don't know, and that's one of the reasons I was asking you about dates, is because before we officially broke up, or even right after, which had to be around 2002, 2001, before we kind of went our separate ways, we had to get that, let's just get everything down.
Yeah.
And that's where Freak Show comes in.
Oh,
Got
okay.
everything laid down, and then we brought in whoever we could to do backup vocals. We didn't have Amber Meese at that point. We couldn't get Lauren Taylor,
Yeah.
so we ended up with Julie Tree Rise, Mary Taylor, and even Nina did a couple things on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, just Jason and Amber and you. I mean, those are the only ones I really talked to. I haven't talked to Brian forever.
But Brian has a social media presence.
Oh, does he? Oh.
Yeah, so
I don't really care for that.
it's doable. Yeah, no, and he's definitely like a lot like you in that he has his family stuff.
Yeah. I know a funny story. Amber and me talked a lot back then. And it was like, I thought about, what if we went on a date or something? And the mom, I think the mom wanted me to date her.
Oh, because you were both single.
Yeah, we're both single. And then I think I can't remember, something happened and she got mad. It's like, why are you dating her? Number one, I don't have a car. And it was something funny. And then I've only had a couple parents, it's like they wanted me to date their daughter. It was something like that. that they called me up on. And it's like when I told them I'm getting married. That was back in college and stuff, because like our parents liked me, you know.
Well, that's a really good way to break up the band, is start dating. So,
Well, we never dated, but we were just friends. You know, like, because we were in the back of that Brian's Volkswagen. They were just sitting. Yeah, but we never did anything. We just talked. Yeah, I mean, it's like I looked weird back then, I guess.
Speaking of Jason, do you remember Jason, the bass player?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because
Two Jason,
I
two
think
Joes.
he was also at those shows.
Oh yeah.
Two Jasons,
yeah.
two Joes.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that era.
Yeah.
But
That was the era of. Can't come over to my house, my dog would hump your
I
leg.
remember that.
That was all Jason.
I wanted to talk about how we all supported each other.
Yeah.
And for events and stuff. I remember that one time we all got together to go to Amber's play for Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember that time. That was, and you guys all showed up even after we weren't part of the band anymore. You all showed up for Lorelei's 100th day party. It was the day after Christmas. And everybody showed. I have a picture of that. It's like we all were able to show up, that anybody was still in California during that time.
You're making me think of Job and the Snake as well,
Yes.
where we all sort of like helped out with that.
Yes, and that was fun, because like you wanted to. It's like, I'm surprised you guys wanted to do that. And, like Joe and the Snake, that was awesome. That the rock opera, what do you call it? Would you call it a rock opera? And I remember one of the shows, one of the practices, you want me to drive back. That's why I learned to drive stick pretty okay. You let me borrow your Subaru to drive all the way back from your house to home, and I had to do it by myself, because you taught me to drive it on the way up to the mountain, and I had to drive it back. And
That's
it's like,
crazy.
It was like, wow, you just asked me to drive down a mountain. I've driven stick maybe
You
like
must be
twice.
a quick learner.
Oh, you told me you'd be okay. You'll be okay.
Just press the clutch in, man.
And it's like, okay, so I'll never forget that. It's driving down. Well, I had to drive down and up the mountain to get to your place in Big Bear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Bear. It is like, okay, wow, that was actually I'm proud I got home safely and didn't crash and stuff. But yes, and I learned that the Subaru clutch is like so much easier than a Mustang.
Very forgivable, yes.
Yes, I remember a lot of fun things that we did just hanging out as a band. But
Yeah, I mean, we were more than just bandmates. We were family, right?
yeah, and you know, Joe, was like, you're one of the people that really influenced my life heavily.
Well, I mean, musically, but also, you know, in our personal lives.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll always be there, close to my heart.
Even though initially it was a bit of a shock to be like, you know, playing Christian rock music, it was like you were forgiving about it because of the relationship and because of the message and the fact
Yeah.
that we had,
Yeah.
you know, that we were Christian, you know, regardless of our musical differences, right?
Right. And it was like I was close friends with Jason. So it's like, okay, I trust Jason. Then I was like, okay, now I trust you. You know, and it's like, yes, because since I was close with Jason, that's why, you know, it's like Jason wouldn't let me do anything bad. You know? Being in our band, it's like, okay, I can play accompaniment for anything. So then
You're like, I could do anything now.
So yeah, and so when I after joining the army, while I was stationed here, I played with the worship team, and as I just had my normal violin.
We influenced you in that it gave you more experience with
It
more,
did.
right?
Yeah.
Different kinds of music,
So-
and being able to apply your art.
That's true. Okay, so anyways, when I got divorced, I was trying to save the family, and so we went to a different church, and that kind of relieved me a little bit because I could just focus on the family.
You have to take a break from it sometimes.
I didn't play for like 6 months, and then it's like, hey, you know, I probably should play. This big church I'm going to now, I've been with it since 2017, and you know, I didn't want to do anything because it was a relief not to have to lead worship. But for me playing, I said, okay, I'll join the team, and they saw me how they liked me playing. They liked me playing with the worship team, and now I'm still playing with the worship team 8 years later.
Wow.
You know, that other one, I just had one service. This is like 4 services we have to play, and yeah, that would be too much. It's like you have to be a professional to do that. And they're amazing musicians, and I love our worship team. I mean, I still have to practice for tomorrow's worship, playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yes. You know that's funny is the Beauty for Ashes verse. It's after. I know you said. Beauty for Ashes is already taken. That's why you have the Green Olive Tree. Another band had that name. And
There's a band currently called Beauty for Ashes. If you look
right,
it up.
but before that, you said you wanted to be called Beauty for Ashes, but since somebody else had it, you couldn't be called that, and that's why we're Green Olive Tree. But then later they gave up the name or something. That's why we called ourselves Beauty for Ashes.
I think we just didn't care. It's like,
Okay, whatever. But then Ben said we were able to use that name. Like, okay, that's cool. It was like but I keep on hearing that. That's one of my favorite verses. But then again, I feel like in the last 5 or 6 years, it's in every single song. I've been hearing the verse in every single song, but it wasn't that popular back in the 90s.
yeah.
Which is like, now it's a reference or it's a variation of that verse. And I think I like it a lot. If you look at the artistry of your
Yeah,
Beauty
it's
for
written
Ashes,
right on
Isaiah 61:2. Joyful for nothing. That's one of my favorite verses too. It's
But in all things, with prayer and supplication,
Yeah. So I remember.
and thanksgiving. That's your request.
So it's a Philippians 4, 6, and 7, right? The verse always makes me think, it's like, okay, no matter what, you know, God will take care of stuff. and it's being anxious for whatever you can't control. It's like,
Right.
it's like, why? That's one of the things I liked about you, is like you always went with the flow and you never stressed out. To me, I saw that you were never stressed out, and that being the big influence in life. And it's like, you know, no matter what you did, you know, God always took care of you. And if I saw that, and that was very inspiring to me. Yeah, and that to me is like, I do feel like my schedule's pretty crazy with. So
And I understand that.
it's like for karate, that takes up a
You
lot.
have to take a break from it sometimes.
Yeah, and it's like, and especially with my son, so maybe Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, at least for that. And
Well, you even skipped the tournament, so we could.
yeah, so what we do is like, there's a tournament going on right now. I really should be at, but it's okay. It's like. Like karate's a big part of my life now with Philip. Like Philip, he's gonna make black belt in a year and a half from now. Which is great. But,
Well, I just wanted to say thanks for, you know, all these years and helping me out with my vision and my mission in the band. It just wouldn't have been the same without you guys.
oh, thanks. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you are a big inspiration in my life too. So, yeah, love you, Joe.
Yeah, I love you too, bud.
I don't know how you wrap it up. How do you wrap it up?
Well, I'm Jason. That's Joe. You're gonna
Joe
see
Bacon.
you're gonna see a lot more Joe Bacon. A lot less of me.
The bacon's are
My
done.
part is done for now.